Good afternoon, Mr. Young.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. We sound all right?
Yep, sounds good.
All right, we'll be starting about 9 minutes, everybody. Thank you, man.
Robin Anthony, are you there?
Yes, we are. How are you,
Right,
Gwen?
I just have a quick question from for those of you who've been on the commission for a long time. I had a question from a friend of mine who works for a council member.
Okay.
And she is trying to find out if the commission ever took up a particular issue, which is um, when buildings are converting from office to community housing, sort of including like co-living, they're running into a problem because the zoning code restricts the number of unrelated household members to 6.
Right.
And has the zoning commission ever considered this issue in the past? And, if they wanted to get a discussion going about amending the definition for downtown so that there could be more sort of co-living housing arrangements.
So
Have you
let's
all
talk.
ever looked at that?
Yes, let's talk about that offline because the federal courts mandated something that we did back when I first got on the commission with the Fair Housing Act. So let's talk about that offline. Yes, that's a big deal, and I walked into that when I first got here. Yes.
Okay.
So
Thanks. I will talk to you offline.
okay. All right. Well, it's 4:00. If everybody can come up. This new software to drive me up the wall. I shouldn't say it because they'll probably cut me off.
I'm right there with you, Mr. Chairman.
The other day when we were at the hearing, it was blinking. I don't know what it was blinking about. So I kept looking. It was blinking the whole time I was on. So anyway, all right. Let me give me a minute, everybody. Now, Gwen got me thinking about the Fair Housing Act. Okay, let me see. Okay, there it is. Second. Okay, all right. Let's hold up 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 2 minutes. We're gonna start in 2 minutes. Okay, I think I'm straight now. We have a good team that always helps me out when I get mixed up. So if everybody's around, we can come back up. Oh, trying to think. Are we missing Ms. Ackerman? Is Commissioner Stidham joining us tonight?
I wasn't told otherwise, so do you want me to contact
Maybe.
her?
No, maybe this may be tonight. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna read her in possibly, and we'll go from there. Okay, Mr. Young, could you start the recording, please? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are convening broadcasting this public hearing by video conferencing. My name is Anthony Hood. Joining me this evening are Vice Chair Miller, Commissioners Wright, and Commissioner Imamura. We possibly may be joined by Commissioner Stidham. We may not. I may have my dates wrong, so we'll just leave it at that. Also, we're joined by the Zoning staff, Ms. Ella Ackman, as well as Mr. Paul Young, who will be handling all of our virtual operations, as well as Ms. Hillary Lovick, our counsel for the Office of Zoning and Legal Division. Others will introduce themselves at the appropriate time. Copies of today's virtual public hearing notice are available in the Office of Zoning's website. Please be advised this proceeding is being recorded by a court reporter. It's also webcast live via WebEx or YouTube Live. The video will be available on Office of Zoning's website after the hearing. Accordingly, all those listening on WebEx or by phone will be muted during the hearing, and only those who have signed up to participate or testify will be unmuted at the appropriate time. Please state your name before providing oral testimony on your presentation. All presentations should be limited to a summary of your most important points. When you're finished speaking, please mute your audio so that your microphone is no longer picking up sound or background noise. If you experience difficulty accessing WebEx or if your telephone call in, then please call our OZ hotline number at 202-727-0789 to receive WebEx login or call-in instructions, or if you need assistance to sign up to testify. All persons planning to testify either in favor, opposition, or undeclared must sign in advance and will be called by name. If you wish to file written testimony or additional supporting documents during the hearing, then please request that the submission be entered into the record and be prepared to describe it at the time of your testimony. The subject of this evening's hearing is Zoning Commission Case Number 25-10, Alteros LLC Text Amendment, Subtitle U, Section 514.3, amend prohibited uses in the Reed Cook overlay. Again, today's date is December the 4th, 2025. The hearing will be conducted in accordance with provisions of 11Z DCMR Chapter 5 as follows. Preliminary matters, presentation by the petitioner, which has up to, they have up to 60 minutes. But that might not be needed, but we'll leave it up to them. Report of other government agencies and report of the ANC. We have testimony of organizations and individuals. Organizations 5 minutes, individuals 3 minutes respectively. And we're hearing the order from those who are in support, opposition, or undeclared. While the commission reserves the right to change the time limits as strictly as possible and notes that no time shall be ceded. At this time, the commission will consider any preliminary matters. Does the staff have any preliminary matters?
Just a few tonight. ANC 1C submitted a report in support at Exhibit 2E, and OP's report recommending approval is at Exhibit 18. The petitioner will take 15 minutes for their presentation tonight. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ackman. If everybody can come up, if the applicants team can come on up. And again, thank you, Ms. Ackman. This is ANC 1C. Mrs. DeBear, and once your team gets
Good
you may
afternoon,
begin.
Chairman Hood and members of the commission. My client, Jeffrey Schoenberger, is also on. He'd like to come off or start his video as well. And if Mr. Young could pull up the presentation that's filed in the record at Exhibit 19, that would be great.
So I think Mr. Schoenberger can take his video off himself. Mr. DeBear, we don't usually control that.
Okay.
And he probably can come off mute. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You're on mute, Mr.
Wonderful.
Schoenberger. Okay.
I know that the commission likes to see everyone's faces. So again, as Chairman Hood mentioned, we're here today via proposal to amend the prohibited uses in the Reed Cook overlay as applies to my client's property at 1781 Florida Avenue Northwest. Next slide, please. Just a summary of the proposal. Again, the applicant owns the property at 1781 Florida Avenue. That property is in the MU4 zone and subject to a Reed Cook overlay, which includes, among other things, 41 prohibited uses under Subtitle U 514.3. This proposed text amendment is fairly modest. It proposes to exclude the property from 4 of those prohibited uses. Those would be off-premises beer and wine sales, a parcel delivery service, a restaurant. We're actually not proposing a fast food establishment, just a restaurant, and a veterinary hospital. Next slide, please. This is the zoning map with the actual overlay of for Reed Cook. You can see 1781 Florida Avenue. At the very bottom, it's the southernmost parcel that's in Reed Cook and subject to the overlay. I would note that the Reed Cook neighborhood is larger than just the overlay. The overlay applies primarily to commercial properties. With that being said, you see the dark green is the other properties that are within that overlay. And again, the property is at the juncture of U Street, Florida Avenue, and 18th Street. So very much in the heart of Sorry, I might have had a network connection. Yes. Next slide, please. Thank you. And now I'll turn it over to Mr. Schoenberger to talk a little bit about the background of the property.
Okay. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you and see you.
Okay, great. So I'm Jeffrey Schoenberger. Thank you for having me. I've been involved in this property for 25 years. It was originally built as an automobile dealership for Turner Automotive back in the 20s. I think Ford may have actually built it. It's a poured-in-place concrete structure, and we acquired the property through a foreclosure event back in 2000. And there was some legal morass, and it took us a while to clear title on the property. And then in 2005, we were able to acquire Downtown Fitness, doing business as Mint Health Club, to take the top floor as a gym. Sort of as, and I don't know if you've ever been there, if anyone's been there. It's a very nice higher end gym, great community support, and they sort of kicked off the development. And once they were, I'm the exclusive leasing person for this since the inception of when we acquired the property. So I have extensive experience with that, fortunately, unfortunately. And as Mint came in, we started to tenant the building in a way. We were very patient about the type of tenants we wanted. Addison Morgan is kind of a difficult retail environment for specialty retailers, but we were able to acquire a couple higher end retailers, a furniture store, sort of a expensive hip hop clothing, and then others sort of followed in. But no one's really done well there at all. And especially retail is very tough in that location because it doesn't have the foot traffic to make a statement for itself. And the food uses that we had them at the corner, were just too small and too restricted to attract really a quality operator and a quality operator that could do the business to make it viable. So, for example, at the corner at Florida and U, we had, in the time it's been operational, which is probably 2006, we've had 3 different, before CVS. Oh, by the way, the space is leased to CVS, beginning in the whole downstairs, with the exception of a coffee place, is leased to CVS beginning in 2020, and their term runs through 2032. They vacated the store, they've closed the store, they're still paying us rent. But we don't want the place vacant. That's not good for us. It's not good for the neighborhood. Nothing good happens in a vacant property. So the operator that was at the corner from was operating kind of a coffee shop, kind of a prepared foods. We had 3 different operators, and they were pretty good operators and probably 5 different concepts, and none of them worked. We had an art gallery, she went out. We had the clothing store went out. We had a couple of furniture stores, they went out. So it's been a really difficult time. And what we've sort of learned over that neighborhood-centric businesses, like the gym is a perfect example of that. So we'd like to get, a restaurant, but with a quality operator that can sustain, is going to put the investment in and can operate in an effective manner. We'd like to maybe get a veterinary clinic. The highest preference is basically a grocer use that would take maybe all of it or a portion of it. And they would require certainly the sale of beer and wine. And we're not asking for a liquor store. We're not asking for any of that, but just what you normally expect to go into your neighborhood grocery store and be able to buy, which is a very important part of their business. And the package and the request for the package delivery would be sort of a FedEx office, UPS thing. It's not. We're not looking to run like a high delivery operation there. And all of this at the end of the day, all of this has to be carefully curated, because what we can't have, and what is allowed there probably is pizza by the slice guys or a vape store. We're just not interested in that type of tenant. We want a quality tenant that people in the neighborhood are happy is there. No one in that neighborhood, I think, is happy to see all the vape stores in that neighborhood. So that's in a nutshell as to why we're making the ask, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Mr. DeBear, you're on mute.
Thank you. Next slide, please. Thank you, Jeffrey. So one thing that the commission had asked for, and we did put in the record in our pre-hearing statement, was a little background on the genesis of the Reed Cook zoning and the overlay. So many moons ago, decades ago, Reed Cook was kind of this light industrial commercial neighborhood with interspersed residential uses. And it was defined by that kind of wide mix of use. And in the, I believe, early 1980s, the comprehensive plan at the time designated Reed Cook as a special treatment area to try to guide some of the challenges that neighbors in particular were experiencing, and balance those with the many business owners, both in Reed Cook and in neighboring Adams Morgan. And the special treatment area identified 3 primary goals for Reed Cook that included protecting current housing and providing for development of new housing, maintaining heights and densities at appropriate levels, and encouraging small-scale business development that will not adversely affect the residential community. Next slide, please. So to incorporate those policy guidelines, the Zoning Commission set about a broad-scale rezoning of portions of Reed Cook in 2 phases, both in the mid to late 1980s. The first phase was a rezoning of existing residential properties that were in the PDR2 zone, or at least the prior version of that under ZR 58, to either RA2 or MU5A. And then, as is more relevant for this case, the second phase under 8819 was a rezoning of existing commercial properties from, again, PDR2 to MU5A, MU4, RA2. And as part of that, and sort of to appease some of the residential property owners, the overlay was created with prohibited uses. So they wanted to bring the commercial properties into overall zoning compliance, but limit the type of commercial uses that could be provided at those properties. The goals of phase 2, as reflected in that case record, were again primarily to allow appropriate density in these lower density MU zones while providing for community serving commercial uses, but ensuring that those uses would not adversely impact residential areas. Next slide, please. This is the proposed text amendment that you have before you now, and this is the section 514.3, which is under subtitle U, and it is the provided prohibited uses in the Reed Cook overlay. And you can see there are a number of them going all the way down to subsection Y. There's also a cross-reference in subsection B to other prohibited uses in the MU10 zone, which are primarily industrial PDR type uses. And so what's being proposed here, as I said in the summary, is to exclude 1781 Florida Avenue, which is lot 800 and square 2557, from the prohibited uses of off-premises alcohol beverage sales, a parcel delivery service establishment, a restaurant, and a veterinarian hospital. Next slide, please. The goals and objectives of this text amendment, as Mr. Schoenberg testified to, are really to allow him to bring in some more neighborhood-oriented commercial uses, As he noted, there's been extensive challenges in finding and keeping a tenant. And the goal really is to not only attract quality tenants, but also avoid prolonged vacancies, which I think both from the property owner's perspective and the neighborhood's perspective are to be avoided. And the kind of the vision here is to, again, open up those types of uses to allow for potentially something like a high-end grocer, which relies on alcohol sales in part to meet its business needs, a restaurant, a veterinarian hospital, or something like a UPS store. We do believe that this proposal is modest in that it only would exclude this property from 4 of the many prohibited uses. With that being said, we do think this property is positioned in a unique fashion to limit any adverse impacts of these otherwise, non-impactful uses generally. As I showed you all, it's the southernmost parcel in the overlay that's really separated from the residential parts of Reed Cook, which are much further to the north beyond Mary Reed. It is an island property. It does not abut any other private properties. It has 3 streets and an alley. It's a relatively small property, so it's not going to attract a major grocer. It would be more of a niche, smaller grocer. And again, we are not proposing to exempt the property from any other prohibited uses that might be more impactful. That includes bars, cocktail lounges, or assembly halls, among the many others that are listed. Next slide, please. The standard of review is that the proposal is not inconsistent with the comprehensive plan. Next slide, please. Going through the commission's racial equity tool in summary. Next slide, please. We believe this proposal is not inconsistent with the comprehensive plan. The future land use map identifies this property along with much of the 18th Street corridor for moderate density residential, low density commercial. The low density commercial is particularly relevant here because it does seek to attract and promote businesses. It is in the Main Street mixed use corridor as part of the generalized policy map. And that certainly promotes pedestrian-oriented environments with storefronts. We've outlined in the record the several other citywide elements that this is consistent with, and I would note that the prior special treatment area for Reed Cook has been incorporated largely in the mid-city area element. And then finally, there's an Adams Morgan, a small area plan, a vision framework, as they call it. And it does take lengths to establish the importance of redefining retail in the neighborhood and allowing for retail to flourish. It actually states quite a bit about the high turnover rate and challenges with vacancies that the Adams Morgan neighborhood has experienced. And I think that goes directly toward what's trying to be achieved here, which is to really avoid that and to have something that's going to draw people to the property and really be a benefit to the neighborhood. Next slide, please. In terms of community outreach, we have the support of both ANC 1C as well as the Reed Cook Neighborhood Association. They've both submitted letters in the record. Next slide, please. Part 3, we would leave to the OP report and stand on the record there. And part 4, next slide, please. The commission's criteria. Again, we believe this overall results in positive racial equity impacts. There would be no direct or indirect displacement as part of this proposal. We believe it improves access to opportunity with new job opportunities. Again, that can't be said the same for a vacant property. So this would certainly improve that. And then encouraging neighborhood serving retail is one of the criteria. And with that, I will end our presentation in chief and open it up to any questions from the commission.
Thank you, Mr. DeBeer, and also thank you, Mr. Schoenberger. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Mr. Schoenberger.
Yes, you did. Good job. Thank you.
Good. All right, thank you. All right, I'll let the record reflect that I didn't mess up anybody's name so far. All right, so thank you for your presentation. Let's see if we have any questions or comments. I'm gonna go to Commissioner Wright first, and I'm going to go to Commissioner Even Moore, and then you, Vice Chair, and then myself. Thank you.
Thank you. I definitely good memories of this block. I used to live just a couple of blocks away and used to visit the Kilimanjaro Club. That was many, many years ago. I think that the building itself is a asset to the community, and the uses that you are proposing to allow would also, I think, be assets to the community. I think that your argument that it meets a variety of provisions of the comp plan is accurate, and I fully support your proposal. So I have no questions, but I think what you're doing is a good idea.
Thank you.
Great. I didn't know you had that background when I had you to go first. That's great. For architecture, I give Commissioner even more when he designed, and I got you for planning, but that worked well. So thank you. Commissioner even more.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree with Commissioner Wright. I think that what you're proposing here, those 4 uses, is reasonable. And would just like to again emphasize that the unanimous support from the ANC 7-0, as well as recommendation for approval by OP. Again, as you mentioned, Mr. DeBear, no direct or indirect displacement here, potential for job opportunities. I think this is pretty straightforward for me. And I'm prepared to vote in support, Mr. Chairman. I have no further comments or questions for the applicant.
Thank you. Vice Chair Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Schoenberger and Mr. DeBear, for your presentation and bringing forward this. Is it officially a petition? I guess not an application. A petition to amend the zoning regulations. Yeah, I echo the comments, all of the comments of my colleagues who have spoken in support of this very modest proposal, as you said. I remember when the Reed Cook special treatment area was created in the comprehensive plan, and I wasn't on the zoning commission at the time and I don't even think you were, Mr. Chairman, back. It may have even predated your experience, but not by much. So it made those 40. I didn't realize there were 41 prohibited uses. That's a lot of prohibited use. I think we restricted a lot of uses in the 80s when we were trying to encourage, not just in Reed Cook, but in other areas, restrict adversely impacting residential uses. And I think there's been a more of an acceptance since then of a mix of uses, particularly in a urban revitalized area, by both residents and by the commercial, and they feed off of each other. So I think that the uses that you're proposing all make sense, and I appreciate the community engagement you've got. As Commissioner Morris said, the unanimous support of ANC 1C, and you also got Reed Cook Neighborhood Association. So that's great. And I certainly don't want to upset the unanimous support by my next question, but I just was curious as to, did you consider adding some additional uses like a bar? I mean, there are a lot of bars. You are isolated. This property is isolated and from the rest of the Reed Cook overlay, and yet it intersects both the 18th Street, Adams Morgan Restaurant and Bar District, and the U Street Restaurant and Bar District. I'm just wondering, did you consider? I mean, there's a restaurant is a Class C license, I think, under ABC, and what I'm remembering, and there's a Class D for a tavern, which I think. Did you consider that, or even the video parlor or the bowling alley? I mean, they all seem like they would be active uses I don't know what the billiard parlor or the billiard parlor or pool hall, but I know that there are a lot of arcade uses that have been created recently in downtown and other places. Did you consider other uses, or
Well,
this is what the residents were willing to go for?
candidly, we were very conscientious not to overreach because we sort of have a vision for the project. But ironically, when I met with the Reed Cook Association, they wanted a video parlor and they wanted these things actually. But we need to be careful how we mix the tenants, and we want tenants that are kind of open, kind of at the same time, sort of. And so a bar usually they want hours till 2 a.m. and sometimes 3 a.m. and nothing good happens at 3 a.m. in the morning, as we all know. So we really just wanted to execute on our vision and not ask for something that might seem like an overreach or something that may not be reasonable. So we just that was our sort of approach.
I appreciate that, and we all appreciate that sensitivity, and I'm sure the neighborhood does as well. But we all want you to be successful on not having vacant space. How much space is vacant
Let me see.
right now?
My video went off. Oh, here I am. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was off. So right now we have about 9,800 square feet that CVS had occupied. It can be divided.
And that's the first floor.
That's the first one. We have a coffee tenant there, where you can't actually buy a cup of coffee, but they'll give you a cup free if you want. I just met with them the other day. They're planning on staying there. They want to stay. And what they operate as is a training center. So they have a sort of national footprint. They're a coffee wholesaler, and they even have their coffee at Whole Foods now. And this center, this space they have serves like the Mid-Atlantic region. So the regional director was telling me that this serves from like Philadelphia down to almost North Carolina. And what they do is they have baristas that come in and people that sell coffee, and they show them how to use the machine properly so the coffee's good. And so they give them sort of support. Very, very nice people, very nice tenants.
Thank you. What's the name of that company?
It's called Counterculture Coffee.
Right. Okay. So I definitely support this application going forward, this petition going forward. The UPS FedEx delivery service, where the trucks would use the alley behind it, I guess. Or...
It would probably use the alley. I don't think that they're that frequently, because it's not like they're making deliveries. So, and there's also a loading area that's on Florida Avenue that was established by CVS. So I would presume we would try to figure something out. And they would figure out well before I would figure it out.
Yeah. The UPS and FedEx stores I've gone to, I mean, the trucks only come a couple of times to pick up the stuff. It seems. Anyway, thank you very much for bringing it forward. I have no questions or problems with this application.
I too want to join the chorus of thank yous and accommodations of good work done here. So I don't have any questions. I've listened to my colleagues. I agree with everything all of them have said, and I won't belabor tonight. So we're going to continue to move on. But I will ask Vice Chair, while we're moving, if you can pull up the 1C reports. I'm going to ask you. I don't think we have anyone from 1C here. If we do, if they're not here, if you can do it, I would appreciate it. All right, let's go. Ms. Ackman, do we have anyone from the Office of Attorney General here?
I don't see anyone, but I do see from OP.
Yeah, I'm just going through my regular. I pretty much know the answer, but I'm just asking for the record. Okay. So do we have anyone from DDOT here?
No.
I think Mr. Jerkovich is here. So yes, this Mr. Jerkovich.
Oh, I thought he was OP. I'm sorry.
Is he OP? Don't mix me up. I'm already mixed up. He's with OP. You're right. So we don't. Mr. Jerkovich, I'm sorry, you are with OP, so you can go right ahead.
Thank you, Chair Hood, and good afternoon, members of the commission. On balance, OP finds that the proposed text amendment is not inconsistent with the comprehensive plan when viewed through a racial equity lens, and we recommend approval of the applicant's proposed text amendment, including the additional language proposed post setdown. We otherwise stand on the record of our report, and that concludes our testimony. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jerkovich. I don't know why I had you at DDOT, but thank you. Let's see if we have any questions. I'm looking at my colleagues. Any questions, comments? Okay, none. Mr. DeBear, you have any questions or comments of Office Plan?
I do not.
Okay. Mr. Jerkovich, thank you very much. We appreciate your report. Have a good evening. Okay, let's go to reports of other, to the ANC report. Vice Chair Miller. Hold on, Ms. Ackerman, we don't have anyone here from the ANC, do we?
No, we do not.
Okay, Vice Chair Miller, if you can just give us their report.
Okay, we have a letter in the record, Mr. Chairman, from Peter Wood, the chairperson of ANC 1C. This is, I think, the right one, the right exhibit number 2E, dated April 18 of 2025. Actually addressed to former Deputy Director Steingasser of Office of Planning, stating that with a quorum present, the ANC 1C voted 7-0 in support of the proposed amendments to the Reed-Cook overlay for this project.
Thank you, Vice Chair. That's no problem. They used to get me and Carol Mitten mixed up, so I guess this time they got me and Steingasser mixed up. That's fine. All right, so we do have the ANC report. We appreciate the ANC report weighing in as well. Ms. Ackerman, do we have anyone who is here to testify in support, opposition, or undeclared?
No.
We don't. Okay, thank you, Ms. Ackerman. All right, Mr. DeBear, do you have any closing?
I don't, Chair. I mean, I appreciate the commission's time tonight. I think we can rest on the record of our presentation, and again, we appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks again, everyone. Colleagues, I think this is very straightforward. We've had longer nights, so I think we can call this a quick night. And unless I hear any objections, let's just go ahead and dispose of this. I think this is a one-vote case. How many votes we have? 2 votes? Oh, okay. Thank you, Commissioner Moore. 2-vote case. All right. So with that, would somebody like to make a motion? Commissioner Wright?
Sure. I'll move that the zoning commission approve zoning commission case number 25-10, Alturas LLC text amendment to subtitle U, section 514.3 at square 2557, lot 800.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and proper second. Any further discussion? Not hearing Ms. Ackerman, could you do a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Imamura,
Yes.
Commissioner Hood,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller.
Yes.
ZC 2510 is approved for proposed action 4-0 to 1, the -1 being Commissioner Stidham.
Okay, Ms. Ackerman, do we have anything else before us tonight?
No, we do not.
Again, I want to thank Mr. DeBear and Mr. Schoenberger for all the work that you all have done in all the ANC 1C and my colleagues for the work. So it looks like we're going to get an early night tonight. So the zoning commission will meet again, and I'm going to ask my colleagues to remind me that we have to do a possible closed meeting on December the 15th. We have a hearing that night, so we'll do that then if we need to. All right, so the zoning commission will meet again on, we'll meet again December the 8th. And the subject is zoning commission case 25-17, Living Classrooms Foundation. With that, I want to thank everyone for their participation tonight. Have a great weekend. And with that, we are adjourned. Yes. The answer, Commissioner Wright, is yes. All right, see you later.